Okay, welcome back to another video at channel TaheTalk. Today we are going to talk about how we can come to Canada and study starting from high school.
Don't.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about where we're going before we get lost?
Hello and welcome back to another video at channel TaheTalk. Today we are going to talk about how students can come over to Canada and start their studies at high school, and later on they can do bachelor's, master's and leading to PhD. So today we have a guest, Li Tao, who came from China to study at high school. So how are you, Li?
Another day.
Another day for you?
Not too bad.
Okay, so let's start with the first question. How and when did you decide to come over and study at high school in Canada?
I didn't decide it. My parents decided.
Uh-huh.
So it's around 2014. I finished my first year high school in China, and I wasn't knowing I'm coming until the very end of the term when I was doing the final exam. And my mom told me, said, "Hey, you're going to an interview for a high school in Canada." And
Nice.
I'd be like, "Okay, guess I'm leaving." So that was one of the happier days in my life, because I just screw around in the exam and I don't have to do anything. Yeah, and 2 days after the exam, I left and I never go back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So at least you did the first year in
Yeah,
China,
I did first year in China.
and later on you came here.
Yeah,
So
because all the teachers were saying I'm a hopeless piece of shit.
okay, so if I can ask you, what was the eligibility criteria for international students to come here and study high school?
It's a tricky one because it really depends on where you want to go. So for me, my mom wants me to be in a smaller environment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's say more safer.
Yeah.
So I went to a private high school, and also it's a religion high school. It's Christian high school. Okay, so
okay.
religious. And if you go to public,
Mm-hmm.
they have this information normally on their website. But for high school kid, because you are minor, you have no, you cannot make your own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So your parents has to make it for you. And most of the parents, for high school, they have to find an agency to do most of the work for them, unless they really know the local environment, they know how to their culture, speak their language very well. Otherwise, you go with agency.
Mm-hmm.
So then, if you find an agency, the agency will ask you, well, at least for cases in China, they will ask for your grade card. They do evaluation and they see which high school you can go.
Mm-hmm.
And from that point, you pretty much just handing out money and they do the work for you. But yeah, you have a few choices. Say, when I go to my high school, they had an interview.
Mm-hmm.
I met the principal. So you have to talk to them. Obviously, you're gonna show them you are capable of using, at least say, wherever you go, the mother language of their country.
So if I can specifically put this thing in a question, is there any kind of prerequisite if you want to come over for high school?
There will be, depending on high school. For me, there was. And but for me, my timing was tricky because I start from second year.
Yeah.
By the time I come here, my first year, the grade card was disposed because I didn't actually finish over there. I already canceled the, no longer
Your
student.
registration
Yeah,
and everything.
so so when I come here, they actually re-evaluated my junior high school grade, which was pretty decent.
No, okay.
I'm generally speaking A average in my junior high school.
Okay. So
And
that's where they evaluate.
Yeah,
you.
they evaluate. For some of my friends went to the public high school.
Here in Canada?
Here in Canada, his school is right beside my school, so there is not much requirement. Yeah.
So if we talk about the Canadian curriculum, for example, if you compare it with Chinese, so how would you find it
Chinese
different?
is way harsher. Chinese, you want to from junior high school to senior high school, the only way you go is exams. You need to take that level is mostly provincial level exam. Then the exam will rank you into different class,
Yeah.
and that's how they get you in the rightful place, unless you have some relationship you can pull.
So that was the thing. So usually when we talk about the agencies, we also need to know like what would be the budget there. So what was the budget in your case, and what you think what it would be right now according to your estimation?
The budget right now, I'm not very sure, because economy this year has drastic movement. I don't even know like if my school is still taking international or not. But for my time, the tuition for private high school was very expensive. It's university level.
Okay.
So it's around 20K a term. So 40K Canadian a year. So that's UBC level tuition.
So you also need to pay something to agencies as well, or no?
Oh, agencies. You were talking about agencies. Yes, you pay to agencies. Agency usually charging Chinese yuan. I think 20K or 50K, somewhere in between.
If we can convert this into, so it would be almost
$4,000 or
$1,000.
$5,000, but it's not. So I don't really know my parents' deal with the agencies. But what happened in between is like when you are minor, they act kind like your guardians.
Yeah.
So it's a long-term stuff.
Okay. But in your case, your school was a private school.
Private school.
So it means the tuition fees were also higher as compared to the public one.
Much higher than the public one. Yeah, much higher. For public, you're probably looking at a couple grand, like very cheap. Yeah. Not sure for international though, but I assume it's gonna be hella cheaper than private school.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So if we talk about the application process, like how much time it take, and
that I don't know, because my mom did everything. All I know is when my profile went through, I reached the last stage, which was the interview, and 2 weeks after the interview, I'm in Canada already. So it happened quick.
So it means the tuition fees and the deadlines you even didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't even know, and I have no control.
But if we want to share with the other people, for example, who wants to come right now, so these deadlines and everything is already available on the website.
Usually, if the school is it's getting international student, they should put it on the website. But because if you come in like high school, even junior high school, there were younger kids than me that comes here at the same time, grade 8, grade 9, 10.
Yeah.
Because you are minor, lots of these things you have to do with your parents or agency. It's very tricky. So in high school, if you want to come here, you pretty much have no choice. The only way you do it is you talk with your parents, say I want to come here, blah blah blah, and see if they can afford it. They're willing to let you go, and they're willing to sign a paper. That's it. And they need to find a guardian, which normally is agency.
So is there like any special support system which is also available at the school, or?
Oh yeah, there was. In my high school, there was a ESL course to get you over with language. That's only for international students. It's a small high school, like 100 kids something, and the teacher to student ratio was really good.
Okay.
So, and all the teacher over there was friendly enough. They understand you international. Like I put it this way, I'm a hardcore non-religious. I don't believe any of this stuff. But in the Christian school, their agenda is try to convert people, right? They want you to join them, But I made it clear that I won't join them, respectfully, and they were pretty okay with it. Like I still joined their daily activity. I was in the choir. I was singing in the choir, and I was in the band.
Yeah, so is there any like second language thing? Like for example, in Canada right now we have two languages, English and French.
Yeah.
So is there any like requirement for French, or people can study in French or no?
No. So the tricky thing in Canada is, legally speaking, there's two official languages, but pretty much everywhere other than Montreal, you speak only French, you go nowhere.
So
Yeah, but in the school, you can choose French class, Spanish. Some school offer other languages, but Spanish and French are the most popular second language in Canada. Well, I won't say most popular. French is definitely popular. Spanish is like very often, because lots of people use Spanish as well. And then you have Chinese. Some schools do offer Chinese, even universities, right?
Yeah.
And some school, I don't know nowadays, like they might offer like other languages. I'm not sure. But by the time I was there, I know there are quite a few of them offer Chinese as well.
So if we talk about the accommodation, for example, when you come here, you are alone. So these schools are also called as like boarding schools, where they provide you the accommodation at hostel or something?
No, that's the job of the agency. So the agency will find you a homestay. The homestay will act as your supervisory or guardian as well.
Yeah.
But in reality, you pay them rent. So it's like more like a landlord. But the homestay is supposedly to take care most of your life, food, laundry, safety, or medical needs, all this, pretty much acting like a
But
parent.
are there like any school who like gives you also the opportunity to stay at the premises? And
I never heard such a thing, like not from anybody around me. I never heard like they stay in the school accommodation. I don't think it's legal to do on a minor.
So
I'm not sure. I can't give you a definitive answer. But
So-
all of my friends, including me, homestay.
so the homestay is the primary option,
Yeah.
which comes from your agency.
Yeah, and I say it's a much better option,
Okay.
other than a bit expensive. But
So now, when we already got admission, we already know that agency is going to give you the accommodation. So what about the immigration, like study permit? How easy it was, and how difficult you think it is right now?
Canada is pretty welcoming to young people that has potential to be, educated and suited into their society. At least by the time I came, it was that structure. Okay, right now I know they have this very open immigration policy, but back in the day they are selective. But I think if you're a kid, you want to come here, they look at you, it's not that difficult. The older you get, the harder you immigrant to somewhere, because as human we age, we kind of like solidify. Children, kids, teens, they want more people to suit into their culture and the society. They don't want, I think, to most of the immigrant heavy countries,
Yeah.
they don't want some people come here, start their own deal. Like there's a fine line between, cultural diversity, and you want to like override other cultures. Like there's a fine line between these. So they encourage you to, remember your own culture, but they also tell you to respect how things are being done here.
So there were some system of integration, like it allows you to integrate with other people who are living in the premises.
That's the job of your homestay, your agency, and your school, and most importantly, how your parents teach you. Because some kids, they really don't get along with this environment very well. Like I know people, they end up arguing with the teacher, fight at the school, something, and they got kicked out.
Okay, so what about the extracurricular curricular activities in school? For example, you took part in any extracurricular activities, for example, sports, games, or
No, I
speech,
don't like sports.
debate, and this
Yeah.
kind of
No, I don't-
societies.
Yeah. They encourage you to do so. They encourage.
But you never took part. But still, it's available. But you can
It's
always find
available. It's available. I don't.
So you
like
can always
sport.
find opportunities there.
Oh yeah. Each of the school, like the high school culture and activity compared with what we have in China is way more colorful here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. Because I think anyone from China can relate. Your daily life is math, Chinese, English. You just repeat it. Okay, and all you care is you get good mark in the exam, and they don't care about your personality or whatsoever. You know, piano or not. You know, I mean, it's a Chinese thing, but the most thing they care is you get very good grade in your exams. That's all. And you know, I'm not saying it's right, but it's still the majority trend of the society. But over here, yeah, there's way more activities. I wasn't into sports, but I joined in a choir, so you sing. I was in the band,
Yeah.
play music, and there was computer club, book club, you know, drawing, painting, you know, even small school like my high school, we had like soccer, you know, soccer, football, not the American football, you know, but like you actually kicking the ball, not the one you dress
Yeah.
up. Yeah, you see what I mean? We have basketball team.
So what's the
volleyball
most
team.
popular game here? What you found?
Game? You mean sports?
Sports, yeah. Basketball
I say
or
basketball
ice
is-
hockey?
Hockey is definitely popular.
Ice hockey,
Yeah, but
and then basketball.
I never seen my school
Playing ice hockey?
playing ice hockey. They probably do, I just never see it. But hockey in general is very popular in Canada, general wise, and basketball is just widely available, and soccer.
And okay, now this part was about the school and everything. So for your own livelihood, so student from high school, they can find some jobs, like part-time jobs
No.
where they can earn some money, you know?
No.
So
You
it's not
volunteer,
allowed.
you can. Job, no.
Also only volunteers,
Because
not
you-
even summer jobs or something like
Because
that?
you're minor.
So not even summer jobs?
I don't think your study permit allows that. I think local kids, they can after they reach certain age. International, I never see. Well, you can probably do some shady job in a restaurant, but I don't see any people who actually got into a job to work for money-ish.
So yeah, until you are in the school, you are a minor, so you can't do any jobs or stuff like that.
No, I think it's more limited by your study permit. You need to figure out what's on the study permit. Like
So if you are a student, still you can work or no?
for us at the time, our permit no work. It wasn't allowed, I think. Even though if it's allowed, you will have time limitation quite a bit.
So at least up to 20 hours.
I'm
But
not
they-
sure. I'm
after
not sure.
high school.
The policy might change. You really need to look at the immigration website. I'm no government people here, so
So it means you can't earn extra some bucks for your own living.
yeah, I never earned any extra bucks through work, you know.
So okay, so let's go to the last section. So are there any kind of scholarships opportunities for the high school students so they can come over and achieve those scholarships to cover up their tuition fees and stuff like this?
Nowadays, no scholarship will cover your tuition fees unless you are like exponential, like splendid. Like I received scholarship that was like $200 because I did really well in exams. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. It's more like a bonus. You those days of doing well in school and use scholarship to cover your expense is long gone. No longer exists.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's like I said, you have to be splendid, you know, and you have to apply every possible opportunity. And also, let's put the case of UBC. If you are not a citizen or PR or something, lots of scholarship is like not your business. You are not even eligible.
So when you are a permanent resident, then it is possible
More
that
opportunity opens
there
to
will be
you.
a lot of opportunities for
Yeah,
you.
but no guarantee you will get them.
Still, you need to be competitive.
Yeah, you need to be confident. Anything you need, or you need to be very politically correct.
Okay. So what would be the one-liner message from you to the people who are studying, coming here and studying in high school?
Okay, you come here, first of all, be respectful to the culture, everybody around you. Okay. Second of all, you need to have a few fundamental standards. Say no drug, and pretty much that's it. No illegal stuff. Okay. And then third one is also the most important one. Say you come in high school, you need to spend about a year and a half quickly figure out what you want. I mean, life goal keeps changing when we grow up, when we're moving along, right? But at least at that stage, talk with people around you. Talk with your teacher, your parents. Your parents probably don't know that much about here. Talk with other kids. Like, listen to their plan of their life. Like, see the opportunities. Then do your math. Do your thinking. Figure what's the most suitable way for you. I won't say like 10 years period, at least say 3 years period. Within 3 years, you need a direction. Okay, without direction, you're just rumbling around doing nothing. So set a direction, find the best way for you, and work for it. Okay, you either reach it or not reach it. That's, you maybe after you get it, you don't like it. It's okay. You move along. You change after that. At least you worked for the thing you want, and when you look back, you say, okay, I have no regression. That's it.
Okay.
There will be unsatisfaction, but you look back, you say, if you put me into that situation again, I will make the exact same choice again. Then it means you have no regression. That's in my book means no regression. Okay.
Well, thank you very much for today's video,
Yeah, no problem.
today's discussion, and how you just give the information about how to get admission and everything in high school and studying and everything, all your whatever advice you gave. I hope we can sit down for the next time to talk about the other steps, for example, the bachelor's, master, and then leading to PhD thing, and we will see how it goes. Okay, well, that was today's session. So we will see you in next session. Until goodbye.